How's it going, everyone? We are coming up on a new week, and that means a batch of new game releases. As I've mentioned in a couple of videos recently, you know, the next couple of weeks, even the next couple of months for game releases is a little bit on the lighter side, so this is a good opportunity to tackle your backlog or give a shot to some of the lower key titles that are being released. This week has a wide variety of games. Some look rather interesting, so let's get right into it. And let's start things off with Sky Machine Studio and Blowfish Studios' Winter Ember. Yeah, Blowfish is publishing the title, and it is an adventure stealth title that notes Winter Ember is an immersive stealth action game that casts you into the role of Arthur Artorias, the faceless man. Step into the shadows and uncover a mysterious plot that saw your family torn from the history books. On the first night of winter, you unsheath your blade and seek vengeance. If you're a fan of stealth titles, the game seems to be something that's going to be right up your alley. Customize your playstyle from 3 distinct skill trees: stealth, combat, and utility. Unlock over 70 unique passive and active skills to choose from, and seek vengeance your way. It notes a dark world. Return home to the cold Victorian town on the verge of technological breakthrough. Infiltrate and explore vast environments brimming with treasure and mystery. From rival gangs to unique characters, approach each scenario in a myriad of different ways. Take advantage of the environment, find solutions to every problem, and move past any challenge standing in your way. Again, Winter Ember is scheduled for a release on April 19th. Next up, we have a pretty notable release. Star Wars The Force Unleashed will be headed to the Nintendo Switch. We did an entire video on this, so go check that out if you're interested. It's going to be released at $19.99, which I think is the perfect price point for a game like this. It is the Wii version of the game being upgraded for the Nintendo Switch, so you have to keep that in mind. Star Wars The Force Unleashed came out on a plethora of different platforms. It came out on the frickin' N-Gage, so, like, all of them are quite a bit different. The Wii version has some improvements. It has some drawbacks as well, but it does include the dual mode, which is very nice. It's a 2-player mode that you can play with a variety of different characters and have fun with that. There's 27 different characters in that mode, and Star Wars The Force Unleashed itself is a pretty solid game. You know, again, the Wii version upgraded at $19.99. I think it's a great price point. You can get a physical copy of the game. That's available at Limited Run Games, so you can check that out as well. Again, that'll be out on April 20th. Next up, we have Liberated. This one has a great, darker look to it, a comic book noir-style presentation. It came out on PC back on July 30th of 2020. Now it's coming to the PlayStation 4 on April 20th. Lock, load, and get ready for a new kind of action-adventure. Immerse yourself in a noir, rain-soaked city inside a paper book comic. Uncover a cyberpunk conspiracy against human rights. This is the revolution. The game's all mostly positive reception, 75% positive on Steam. So, pretty decent reception from that standpoint. The game also notes unravel a cyberpunk story paying homage to modern and cult pop culture, inspired by Black Mirror, Mr. Robot, The Matrix, and even Fight Club. Enter the bleak streets of a dystopian near future. Here, human rights crumble as governments and megacorps join forces to make you their pawn. Jump, sneak, solve puzzles, and keep your 9mm ready. Liberated is a white-knuckle action-adventure game presented with a graphic novel look. Liberated is hitting the PlayStation 4 on April 20th. Next up, we have a PlayStation 5 upgrade in Chernobylite. This dropped on PC back in 2021, and it's been available on PlayStation 4. Now we have a PlayStation 5 upgrade for the title. Chernobylite is a science fiction survival horror RPG set in the hyper-realistic 3D scan wasteland of Chernobyl's exclusion zone. Explore a non-linear storyline in your search to uncover the truth of your tortured past. Definitely gives me vibes of like a Stalker, but visually the game looks quite good and had a pretty solid reception, all things considered. 83% positive across 6,782 Steam user reviews, 75 on Metacritic as well, so reception-wise pretty strong. And it comes from the studio Farm 51. You might know them for their work on Get Even, and the game notes compete with hostile military presence, other stalkers, and supernatural creatures, as well as the harsh and unforgiving environment in your search to uncover the truth. Get ready for a thrilling adventure of survival, conspiracy, horror, love, and obsession. Chernobylite will be hitting the PlayStation 5 on April 21st. Next up, we have Moto GP. 22 engines running give the green light to the most immersive and authentic MotoGP yet. The game notes explore all the contents of the 2022 season in the MotoGP classes and in all the other categories. More than 120 riders, over 20 official circuits, and all the excitement of the official championship are waiting for you. And if you want to take a leap into the past, over 70 historic champions will let you relive the best of MotoGP history. Again, MotoGP 22 is hitting April 21st on PS4 and PS5. Next up, we have Lumote the Mastermote Chronicles. This is a pretty charming platformer that has a demo on PC that got a pretty positive reception. The game notes squish, bop, and bounce through the great depths an underwater world filled with modes of bioluminescent creatures who spend their lives deep in the bioverse, living on the rhythms of an electronica soundscape. Lumote is a mote different from the others, inquisitive and with an eye on power. When the shift causes the great depths to turn red, Lumote sets out on an epic quest to return the world to blue. To do so, Lumote must learn to take control of the Great Depths inhabitants and gain mastery of its puzzles in order to defeat the greatest mode of them all, the Mastermote. So, pretty quirky, charming game here. Visually, I think it looks stunning. A little bit on the low-key side, not a lot of buzz surrounding this, but this is the type of game that, you know, not a lot of games are coming out. At the very least, add this one to your wish list. I know a lot of you guys dig platformers. This one might be one that surprises a lot of people. Very, very unique visual style here as well. Hoping for the best out of that one as it hits PS4 on April 21st. Next up, we have Deck of Ashes, a game that came out on PC back in 2020. Deck of Ashes is an adventure game with tactical card combat, one character at a time. Lead the cast of anti-heroes on a quest for redemption, explore the cursed fantasy world, and hunt down powerful cards. Forge a unique battle deck and crush your foes. Can you rid the world of the Ash Curse? Now, there's a lot of card building games these days. This one looks to have pretty interesting style, you know, visually, nothing overly to write home about, but I like the aesthetic style the game is employing here. $19.99, so priced pretty accordingly. This one is dropping April 21st. And lastly, if you want a throwback action platformer, Ganryu U2 should be on your radar. This one is coming April 22nd. Play as Miyamoto Musashi in this beautiful 2D platformer and travel through the 17th century fantasy Japan from north to the island of Ganryu, where everything happened between Musashi and Kojiro. The game is inspired by the story of Takuzo Musashi from the famous novel The Stone and the Sword. Again, very much of an old school look, something straight out of like the Super Nintendo era, but at the same time, the game looks pretty vibrant, and the game is popping. Explore 17th century Japan through seasons, spring, summer, fall, and winter. Defeat Kojiro in the floating fortress and save Japan. Dash, double jump, wall jump, and throw kunais to defeat various enemies, and then use your special abilities. Collect Hanafuda cards through the levels as well in a beautiful pixel art game inspired by Shinobi 3 and Shadow Dancer. Gonorrhea U2 will be dropping on April 22nd, and that's gonna do it for me. Again, a lighter week in terms of big game releases, but couple titles to be on the lookout for. I think Lumote looks great. I think Ganryu U2, if you like old school action platformers, that's going to be right up your alley. I mean, if you have a Switch, Star Wars The Force Unleashed is going to be a good cop at $20. I think that's priced well. And Chernobylite having an upgrade is quite nice as well. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.